To be blind is not miserable. Not to be able to bear blindness, that is miserable. John Milton.
At 15, I couldn't get a driver's license, and I started seeing all kinds of specialists. And at that point, they diagnosed me with retinitis pigmentosa. I became legally blind at 21, but I refused to let it stop me. I was still driving a car. I was still working in a factory with tow motors and dangerous things. And at 25, things started getting really hard, but I was like, I can do this, I can do this. And I ended up losing my license at 33, and it was gone just like that. No warning. I woke up one morning and everything was dim. I lost my left eye first, and I thought, no big deal, I still have my right eye. And I didn't think that I could lose both, but here we are. There was nobody blind in my family. There was no blind people that we knew. And you can do as much research as you want, but the only thing you have is that image of what was created by reading that material. There was nowhere for them to tell me how to feel, how to face things, how to handle things. Nobody could help me. I mean, even as loving as everybody was and wanted to desperately help me, they couldn't. They didn't know the answers. And blindness doesn't look a certain way. People will come across me and be like, you're blind? And I can do the same things most people can do. Well, now I can, but I mean, with a little bit of work and a little bit of small changes in your life, you can do everything everybody else is doing. So even now, people don't know what to say. They don't come across a blind person. When they do, they're like, wow, you can do so much. So I think it's changed, but because of the Sight Center or places like this.
When I was in 7th grade, I was 13. I have a shunt and it came disconnected, and I was living with migraines for a whole year straight. And then my doctors finally hooked it back up, and then when they did, it released so much pressure, it pinched my optic nerve shut and made me go totally blind. And then my sight gradually started to come back. It's still not fully the way it was. I can only really see out of one eye, and I have no peripheral vision on either eye. A lot of the kids didn't understand at my school, so they would leave chairs out in the way, and I'd run into it all the time. And at the time, I really didn't know how to use a cane, so I wasn't able to use that to help me get around. So school was just really hard, and then being at home, and then I have a dog at home, so that was even harder, because he likes to lay in the middle of the floor, and I'll trip over him all the time. I still do that, and it's just hard adapting, going from being able to have full sight to have what I have now. But I was able to adapt to it. Still a little hard, but I'm getting used to it.
What we do, honestly, depends on who's walking in our door. What we do changes depending on what a person's goals are, what their family support is, where are they living, what are they doing, are you working, are you going to school, are you interested in going back to the same kind of work you did before your vision dramatically changed, or are you interested in pursuing something different? Are you seeing this as an opportunity to go down a different path? Can we help you with mobility and walking safely and independently? Are you ready to accept a white cane as part of what you need in your day to be independent and safe, or is that something you want no part of? And if you come to us, we might recommend a white cane. We're not going to force one into anybody's hands because it is an individual choice. And hopefully we provide the right amount of support, education, and confidence that when a person is ready for that, they know that we'll be there for them to teach them the right ways to be safe, independent, and to consider all the different ways that they can use their cane to do and to go and to be around whoever they want to. The adjustment is sort of the same thing. Does a person need resources for a support group, or do they just want transportation so they can go where they want to go with anybody they want to go with? Are we helping with medication management? Are we helping with being independent with your diabetes? Can we help you to care for your personal care needs? Like if you need a nurse to come in, for example, to help you with your colostomy type of a situation, that's a nursing situation. If you want to manage that independently, the Sight Center can come into your home. We can break down what part of that task might be a challenge to do with no vision, and we can work with the person to get independent so that they don't have to have that nurse coming in if they don't want that anymore. It's from cooking to those types of tasks, to walking with a cane, to using an iPhone with accessibility features. It's doing old-fashioned things like writing out checks and tallying up your bank statements, because Some people have gotten away from that and they just look it up online. Some folks really want to know that balance, and if it's important to you, it's important to us.